storage for 20 years.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I've taken it to Famoso before, way back when I was his age, behind a 47 Plymouth. And after, you know, got married, this just kind of got stored until about a month ago we took it out and got it ready. Yeah.
I would be so charged to get that, just get the motor running.
Look at the motor.
The what? Yeah, that's what we used.
Yeah.
We used that, and we used 3/8 bolts. That was it. So we had a guy, we had a junior fueler back in the day, and there's a place called Orange County Racetrack, and you had to push start the cars then.
Yeah.
Well, we push start the car, the guy hits his head on the roll bar and is out cold, right?
No.
He puts his pedal to the metal, and so as he put the pedal to the metal, the engine just over revved and moved forward, because it was like that, with clamps.
Yeah.
And when he came to, before he hit the wall, he was seen reaching over trying to pull the pedal up. Then he hit the wall and died.
Oh.
Was killed. Orange County Racetrack, 1970. So
a lot of stories like that.
he's the guy that is the reason why you have straps across your gas pedal.
So you can lift
so you can almost tell what year the car. This doesn't have a gas pedal.
Yeah, this one's
You can tell by what year it is by
the kind of safety.
the safety issues. That's why I was asking about a frame tag on it. There has to be a frame tag. It's underneath this fiberglass.
Okay.
I don't know if I can't feel it.
Well, it's all aluminum.
Yeah, I'm sorry, aluminum. This is absolutely cool. To me, it's the coolest thing here.
I brought it up in Wrightwood. My dad and I went to go look at some Hemi engines, and this was in the corner of his barn. And I asked him if I could buy it, and he said $1,500. Take it.
So I have some Hemi. I have Hemi cranks. Everybody, you know anybody in the Hemis still doing Hemis? I got a bunch of Hemi.
25 of them. Yeah, I got plenty.
I've got some from Mike Cook. A friend of mine has just passed away. I got a bunch of cranks. I got Keith Black crank. I believe it's for a 331. This is a 3.
You know, I think it's a 392 block, and
okay.
Yeah, it's 58, so 392 block.
Oh, you got these valve covers in good shape.
Yeah, we kind of just put this together just.
Yeah, you don't want to do too much.
No, just for looks, you know.
It's all. I mean, I would like to hear it run, but again,
Someday.
You know, let that happen when it does.
Yeah.
You still need a pump. You need lots of stuff to get to that point.
Baby steps.
What's your name?
Mark.
Mark Randy. This is my friend David.
Nice to meet you, David. My son Jonas.
Hey, Jones. How you doing? So yeah, guys, that's cool, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely cool.
Yeah.
And I like the truck too.
Yeah.
Wow, check out the truck, David. Trucks are hot right now.
Yeah.
That is, you know, did you see Barrett Jackson? Trucks,
yeah,
trucks are just insane.
They are.
Long beds, short beds, no beds, service beds.
Yeah, this got a straight 6. Straight
Oh, cool.
It's all original. I'm not gonna change it either. I love it like that.
Yeah, let me squeeze in here. Yeah, that's the only way. So easy to work on that. Was it 392?
It's a 250.
250.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they're so easy to work on. That's beautiful.
I had to get a new brake light switch for it. They still had them in AutoZone, you know.
I mean,
yeah.
That's cool. Well, good job on these. I like it. I like it. And that is just, I can remember towing our car to the drags, and the one thing that we never did is take care of the trailer. My uncles never even touched the trailer. So we're coming down the 10 freeway on the way to Pomona. We just came from a place called Colton. We were testing tuning that morning, and the Pomona was that afternoon. And so we're coming down the 10 freeway and snapped not just the axle, at the hub and everything off the trailer on the 10 freeway. We sat there for 7-8 hours, found a welder to come out and weld it back on.
Wow.
Those were the days.
Those were the days, yeah.
And you just, it was funny. It was life was so simple back then. You know, the reason why these are the length they are is because that's all we could fit in our garage.
Oh.
Really, that's what we fit in the garage. You go to NHR Museum, and there's a picture of these guys there in the garage, and these things just fit.
Right.
And it was same with ours. It just fit in our garage.
They'd like to go longer because it probably would be more stable, but it wouldn't fit in the garage.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit in the garage.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have, this was our trailer. This was high tech if you had a trailer.
I actually built this trailer. It used to be a golf cart trailer that I
blows me away. This, I just
Smart.
You know, it's what it is. It's stuff that kids need to learn. Like this kid needs to learn.
Well, we built a 68 Charger already together. He's all.
Oh, cool.
He's in
Cool. What's in it? 318?
383.
383?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Did a 2-year project with him on that.
With a torque light?
Yeah. Yep. 3-speed torque light. Yeah.
So a little story about the torque lights. A good friend of mine, a guy named Mike Cook, his father had a Willys called Stonewoods and Cook. It was a pretty famous Willie in the state.
I remember that.
And so Mike just passed away, but I've been selling his stuff. And one of the things they have is a torque light with a Chevrolet bell housing. And because back in the day, B&M wasn't that good, and so they went with the torque lights, and they went with the big block Chevys.
They made it to the Chevys.
Yeah, so now I got 2 torque light transmissions I'm selling. You know, they were used for spares,
Right.
and I'll be making those available soon. But
So you're selling off his estate, like his
well,
stuff?
we haven't got to that point yet. I've been selling for him, but when someone passes, there's always dealing with the family. You gotta, you know,
It's touchy.
you don't want to. I just sold the tailgate to the very first Willys to a guy I collected that piece. He's gonna put on his Willys, and it's fiberglass. But the Willys are at the museums. Everything about the place is about this guy is in museums now. So everything he has left is really not museum quality, but it is some good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of engines, a lot of cranks, heads, third members. I mean a lot of accessory stuff. Like I must have a ton of bar post fittings or AM fittings and Heim joints for building suspensions. Mike was a pretty famous but humble guy. He restored a car called Goldenrod, Bonneville car that was it's at the Henry Ford Museum. Yeah, it's had the world record 429 miles an hour on Bonneville for like 40 years in that class.
Yeah. Was his drag car blue?
Well, one of the cars, there was one black one and 2 blue ones.
Okay, so I remember the name.
It was Stonewoods and Cook, and there's Swindler A, which is the first one, and then there was Swindler 2, which is Swindler A's little sister.
Okay.
But there was a black car also.
Like for some reason, when I hear that name, I think of a blue car.
Yeah, it's a blue car.
Yeah.
And one of the most famous traveling race teams in the 60s. A lot of these guys didn't travel. They're kind of like here. Most of these guys in the gas are outlaw gassers. They're regional. You know, we're not going to go further than Vegas.
Right, we take this quarter of the U.S.
And so on the East Coast, you've got Southwest gassers, but they're all 4-speed guys.
I see.
They hate automatic guys
Okay.
because we'll beat them.
Yeah.
We're quicker. We can use trans brakes,
Right.
but they don't want trans brakes. They want us to use foot pedal.
Yeah.
But that's it's just fun though. This is I would go crazy for this thing.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just the right place at the right time kind of thing.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So one time we were